Hey, loves. So, what I want to talk to you today about is a complaint that I get so often from my clients around asking for what they want and not being met or received in that ask or that desire. My name is Taria. If we haven't met yet, I am your sexual and love rewilding coach, and I'm so excited to share with you today some insights around this super deep and rich topic. So, one of the things that I see is a deep sense of grief that gets held in the body when you ask for what you want and either you don't get it. Let's say it's with your partner. Let's say you're asking your partner that you would like them to go down on you more often, and then nothing happens, nothing changes, the patterns are still the same in the bedroom, and you are left feeling a sense of loss, maybe thinking that they didn't care, that they weren't listening, or that they're not wanting to give you your desires or to meet you where you're at. And this is true for so many things. This is true for things around the house. This is true with different relationships. Is this feeling that you've asked for something and you're not getting it the way that you want it to or as quickly as you want it to? And I'm going to really speak around what might be going on here. So the first thing that you want to do is to truly have loving compassion for your desires, like letting your desires know that they are worthy no matter what. No matter what happens in the world, no matter how you're received, whatever it is that you're asking from, whatever it is that you're speaking is so worthy and deserving of being heard, being held, being met, and also, of course, like your desires get to be fulfilled. And then I want to bring you to the next aspect is really checking in with how you're asking for what you want. So this is where so many people get wrapped up in the trauma, in the stories, is where are you coming from when you're asking for what you want? Let's say you have this desire to that you and your partner have more rituals together, more communication, that you want to practice something edgy or exciting in your relationship, and you're feeling scared to ask your partner to do that because you assume that they won't want to. Okay, so when you're going to ask your partner this, what are you thinking and feeling when you're going to ask them this? Are you already feeling disappointment? Are you assuming that they're going to answer a certain way? Are you coming from a place of fear and kind of like closing up and like hiding, like, oh, hey, like, I kind of want to ask you this thing. Do you mind? Like, can we talk about this? Or are you coming from a place of like, this needs to happen? This has to happen. And if it doesn't happen, you're a failure. You're wrong. I'm a failure. Everything's wrong. Or is it coming from a place of scarcity or fear of being abandoned if you speak up and ask for this thing, or maybe talk about a desire that you have or a conflict that you have or something that you would like to see differently in your relationship? And so I'm mentioning all of these things not to make them wrong at all. Like, this is not what we're here and what we're about. Is to bring light on some of the energies and attitudes that might be going on and might be at play when you're preparing yourself or engaging with your relationship with your partner or anybody else that you're struggling to be received or met in your communication and your desires. So again, not making this right or wrong if that's where you're coming from, just to shine a light that you're going to get a different experience If you're coming from a place of lack, fear, annoyance, then if you are coming from a place of softness, from invitation, and from desire. And so now I'm going to really shift and speak into that aspect of what I have practiced and found to be the absolutely most impeccable way to be met by my partner, to feel good in my body and myself with how I've asked and spoken up about my truths, and to actually be received and adorned in what I'm offering and asking for. And so that is coming from a place of curiosity. This is huge. So curiosity, meaning you're not assuming anything. You're not assuming that you're right and they're wrong, or they're wrong and you're right, or other way around. You're not assuming anything. You're coming with an openness and a curiosity of how they're going to react when you share your truth and when you ask what you want. This could be like during sex, like in the middle of all of the fire, you all of a sudden want to ask for something different. And so my invitation and my offering is coming from a place of curiosity, like, ooh, what would it look like if we did it like this instead? Or I love it when you do this. Could you do a little bit more of that? Or could you go slower? So coming from a place of curiosity instead of assuming how things are going to go. And what this is going to do is this is going to really, really, really give your partner and the person that you're in conversation with a chance to come to you with their defenses down and with an openness as well. It's not going to trigger any like wounds. It might, but it's not going to in the same way. And if it does, it will be from a space of healthiness and ready to move through those triggers. So if there are any fears that come up with what you're asking, needing, or desiring, then it will be more of a natural, flowing, healing movement in conversation rather than as if you're both hitting up against a wall when you're talking and then leaving separately on different levels and not really feeling connected in it. So really coming with an openness and curiosity and not being attached to the outcome. This is a huge one. Not being attached to the outcome, because here's the thing, and this is, harsh to accept sometimes and digest, is you get to ask for what you want and desire, and your partner gets to say yes, or they get to say no. And to stand for sovereignty, for freedom, for choice means to also hold space for them to not be able to meet you in what you're asking. And the cool thing is, if they say no, if you're holding space for openness, for them to react in any way that they want without attaching onto the outcome, it's you're telling yourself that you can trust whatever comes up in that moment. You can handle, you're teaching your body, your heart, your mind, your soul, that you can handle their reaction. And that's building the deepest level of trust and confidence and security in your body, which is then going to continue to help you ask for what you want, speak your truth, show up in bed, in your relationship, in new ways that you could have never imagined when coming from a space of insecurity, scarcity, lack, all of those things. And so this gives your partner a chance to speak their truth as well. And then if they're saying no, I do not want to do that. Maybe they're saying, no, I do not want to go down on you more. I feel like I'm already doing enough. And then you could say, let's say you're feeling calm, connected, loving. You can receive that with love. You're not being triggered. Then you can say, thank you for sharing. Is there something that you would be willing and excited to offer in that realm? Maybe it's committing to a certain day out of the month that specifically goes around this desire, that specifically contributes to your desire. Maybe having this openness is not helpful for them and they want specifics. Or you could say, is there something else that you'd be more excited about? Or you could even ask them, is there something that you feel blocked around that you're not able to meet me in? And this could just work in so many different ways. And if you have questions about specific details and specific scenarios, just like send me a comment or a message, and we can work out the specific scenario and how to ask for what you want, and maybe even workshop what did they say in return. And then the third part of this is to really, really, really come with what you desire, how you desire to be met. So do you want it to be playful when you ask? Do you want to be like deeply connected and vulnerable and in your heart? Do you want things to feel pleasurable when you ask for what you want from your partner? Or whatever it is that you want to be received in, really call that in when you're going to talk to your partner. Call in ease in your body. Call in joy, pleasure, relaxation. Give your body permission to be relaxed and open. Whatever it is like kind of the opposite of what you usually struggle with. This is what I would recommend to really call in when you're asking for what you want in your relationship, especially when you have fear around it. So if you have fear, then call in excitement, call in security, safety, trust, love, all of that. All right, my loves. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know if you have any questions or if you have a scenario that comes up over and over and over and again in your relationship, during sex, just in conversations, in loves, around the house, family, whatever it is. If you have a situation that you're unsure of how to weave in these teachings, then just shoot me a message and I can offer you some suggestions. Let me know how you feel about this and what comes up for you and how you feel about this video. And don't forget to join my mailing list or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to go even deeper to all this magic so that you can get all of your desires and rewilding around sex and love in your relationship, or call in that person, then you can hop on a call with me to talk about my one-on-one coaching, which goes so much deeper into this magic. So much love and gratitude.